open letter, paint chips, and the infinite buffet of cowardice. Paint chip, you didn't just file a motion. You constructed a fully immersive, multi-platform delusion in which you are simultaneously a persecuted ghost, a fearless warrior, a misunderstood intellectual, a roaming drifter, and a legally untouchable puff of vape mist who cannot be bound by something as pedestrian as reality, evidence, or consistency, maybe due to the weight that it's hard to find curtains that large. You don't merely contest service, you romance it like your bunkmate in prison. You wine it, you dine it, you narrate it like a prestige HBO miniseries scored by the world's tiniest violin and a chorus of unpaid Substack pole smokers nodding furiously into their keyboards. Every procedural inconvenience becomes a mythical injustice. Every typo becomes a civil rights movement. Every clerk's entry becomes a coup. You're never just wrong. You're always oppressed by forces too powerful for mortal comprehension, and yet, somehow, despite being allegedly invisible, unlocatable, unservable, and legally vaporous, you're still capable of filing 100+ pages of manifestos at a pace that suggests that you live inside Pacer with a crack pipe taped directly to your fat-gaping maw. You don't exist, but you file. You were never served, but you knew. You're the wrong person, but you're absolutely the person. You are a dipshit defendant, both absent and aggressively present, both a phantom and a loudmouth, both a procedural monk and a professional shitster who cannot resist stapling his own monologue to the courthouse door and screaming, "Read this!" while insisting no one has jurisdiction over his corporeal form. You scream that everything is a mirage while wrestling with a fat pig in the mud, biting it, kicking it, suing it, emailing it, certifying it, safe harboring it, and writing a Substack essay about how unfair it is that that fat pig keeps slipping out of your arms. If this were truly imaginary, you wouldn't be building IKEA furniture out of your paperwork. You'd ignore it. Instead, you turned "I wasn't served" into a cinematic universe with spin-offs, merch, and director's commentary. Let's talk about your favorite magic trick, the shell game. Richard A. Luthman, Richard A. Luthman Jr., Richard Luthman's stage name. You swap identities like a greasy street magician swapping cups, hoping no one notices the same sweaty little pee keeps rolling out every time. Courts don't care about your branding strategy. Courts do not give a single microscopic damn about your media persona. Courts look at whether the same human being with the same email, same phone, same writing style, same litigation history, same online footprint, and same addiction to typing 10,000-word tantrums is the same human being being sued. And by the way, yes, you are. You don't become legally a distinct species because you sometimes garnish your name with a junior like parsley. That's not misidentification. That's you trying to play a game that you're losing, but that is to be expected. You declare Secretary of State service is illegal with the confidence of a man who thinks saying something loudly turns into law. Not questionable, not debatable, not subject to argument. Illegal. As if sirens should go off and a bailiff should slide across the floor yelling, "Freeze! This summons is a felony!" Except you quietly keep stepping around the part where service was authorized by the court, which means your real argument isn't "they broke the rules." Your real argument is "the judge was wrong." And there's nothing more deliciously paint chip than simultaneously begging a judge for relief while insisting that the judge is an incompetent villain who rubber-stamped a criminal act against you. Your ass got called out. You lost. Yet again, so don't call the referee corrupt and then ask him to rewind the game. You also insist you live in Naples. Fantastic. Love that journey for you. Where's the lease, the deed, the utility bills, the driver's license, the voter registration, the boring grown-up documents that normal adults produce when their residence matters? What you offer instead is just a bunch of vibes, a domicile from years ago, and your solemn pinky promise. Meanwhile, process servers swear they couldn't find you, and those affidavits exist. Attempts are documented, and this is where your mythology collides head first with a very ugly word you pretend doesn't exist: evasion. Evasion is not a heroic resistance movement. Evasion is not a spiritual transcendence. Evasion is not sovereign citizen chic. Evasion is the exact reason substitute service exists, while your bitch ass hides behind the couch and peeks through blinds. And then, of course, sues the pizza guy for leaving your pepperoni pizza on the porch. But absolutely my favorite contradiction, the one that really sings, is that you admit you knew about the case. You emailed about it. You argued about it. You threatened sanctions about it. You demanded arbitration about it. You just chose not to formally appear. Which means this isn't I was blindsided. This is I attempted interpretive dance that looked like a one-legged man with a taser instead of procedure. Judges despise that. Judges do not reward people who discover lawsuits and decide to role play as haunted furniture instead of filing a straightforward motion. Now, let's pivot to your other personality, internet semen sucker paint chip, the version of you who occasionally forgets he wheezes when tying his shoes and starts talking like he's auditioning for a low-budget Viking reboot. The man who publicly challenges people to trial by combat like he's standing in a Renaissance fair parking lot with a foam sword and a turkey leg. You puffed up, you postured, you bellowed about fighting, you beat your chest, you made sure everyone knew just how tough and dangerous you are, and then the moment someone said, okay, well, you vanished faster than your alleged service attempts, with no follow-up, no logistics, no when and where, just a sudden outbreak of acute terminal invisibility. The warrior poet transformed instantly into a procedural ghost. Incredible, truly. Alexander the Great. He wept. And now we've got whispers of some future fantasy battle royale, some imaginary cage match circus where all the internet tough guys will totally, definitely, absolutely show up this time. Pinky swear. Of course, any day now, those same people who can't commit to a Zoom call without spiraling into 40 emails about jurisdiction or going to meet in a physical location, engage in mutual violence. Well, that's definitely happening right after Bigfoot finishes law school. Let's be brutally honest. You don't want to fight. You don't want to debate. You don't even want court because you don't want consequences. You want a spectacle. You and your little group of dim-witted morons thinks that a fight is the way to go. Hell, you can't even win in the courtroom where it should be easy, but cannot even do that without fucking that up royally. You want to feel powerful while remaining perfectly insulated. You've got lots of insulation. You want to talk about combat while being allergic to confrontation. You want to cosplay as a warlord while operating at the physical intensity level of a man who gets winded walking past a bakery. And the only thing that you've ever successfully battled is a buffet. The entire brand of paint chips is built on noise, not nerve. It's on theatrics and not teeth. On endless monologues about how unfair everything is while you actively manufacture the chaos you claim to suffer from. Dumbass, you're not a martyr. You're not a rebel. You're not a ghost. You're definitely not a warrior. You are every online moron who mistakes typing for dominance and drama for destiny. You are the part you keep refusing to internalize, unlike you did for Bubba. None of your cinematic narration changes what's actually happening. Your filing does not end the case. Your declaration does not vapor jurisdiction. Your Substack does not become evidence. At best, you get a hearing. At best, judge listens. And at best, you argue about service. And that's it. No explosion, no parade, no apology tour. No golden statue erected in your honor entitled The Gay Man Who Lost. You can keep telling your audience that you're winning. You can keep pretending you're untouchable, but the rest of us can see what it really is. He's a man drowning in paperwork, swinging wildly technicalities, hiding from both accountability and cardio, screaming, "You can't see me," while live streaming his own stupidity. No helmet, just me, my Velcro shoes, stale coffee, and the deep, unshakable peace that comes from watching someone turn cowardice into comedy. Shizzy Wisnut, professional window licker emeritus, Velcro Shoes Division, Department of Watching People Talk Big. and move small and most definitely own.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.